Joe here. I hope you're well. The purpose of this video is to share a few points with you about how to start a business in Ghana. If you don't know my story, my name is Joe, Ghanaian born. My mother took me to the UK at the age of 10. Lived there, schooled there, worked there over 30 years. I'm now on the motherland in Ghana specifically, with the intention to retire here, build my lifestyle here, and which requires some income stream. So that is exactly what I'm doing. So the purpose of this channel is to share my journey, some of the successes, some of the wins, mixed with, you know, the bad, the negative side, the setbacks, so that it can be useful to you without you know, getting all the scars like I have. So let's jump right in. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notification, so when I do a video you can get it. So the first one is that if you are interested in starting a business, and obviously I hope you are interested in starting a business in Ghana, because if you are not, then it's a bit pointless watching this video. There's a lot of people who have a negative experience in Ghana, and therefore they don't want to start a business in Ghana. But you can't really blame them, because that is their experience, right? But Ghana is a great place to start a business. Why? Because it's a developing country. You know that it's a developing country, and anytime when a country is being developed, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of problems, there's a lot of challenges, and that is where the money is. Because a business is there, or a business exists to solve a problem. If you have a cleaning company, you are there to solve a hygiene problem. If you have a transportation business, you are there to sort out, commuting issues, right? To get people from point A to point B quickly. So I would say that number one thing is focus on the problem. What problem are you trying to solve here on the motherland? What problem are you trying to solve on the motherland? Because it's only when you solve a problem that money follows. Often we are too busy dreaming about the money, focused on what we are going to get right off the bat, without really focusing on how we can add value, focusing on the pain points of the end user. So no matter what business you are trying to run, just trying to think about the problem you are solving. For example, I'm into plastic recycling. What problem am I solving? I'm solving quite a few issues, right? My problem is making the environment cleaner, right? Because a lot of pure water sachet get thrown around on the streets, in the gutters, in water bodies. It's everywhere. So I've built a business around that, and it's solving a problem of hygiene, or making the environment clean for you and I, for our children, the next generation. And another problem is solved, you can say it's also self-employment, because obviously I have to hire people. So it's solving or alleviating some of the unemployment in Ghana, right? I'm doing my fair share. What else does it solve? What problem else? Obviously, if you go shopping, you need to be able to put your shopping, your products, your foodstuffs into a bag so that you can bring it home. So that is also a problem, because you can't carry all your shopping in your hand, right? So that's another problem I'm solving. So what I'm saying is that first one is, what problem are you solving? If you are starting a business in Ghana, what problem are you solving? That's number one. Number two, start small. Let me repeat, start small. Even if you have money, even if you are bringing thousands of dollars, thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds, and whatever, millions and billions. Pretend that you don't have any money. Pretend that you don't have any money so that you can start small. Because when you start small, you get a chance to learn in a more controlled way. And I say that because you have to make the assumption, or one has to make the assumption, that anything that you do, you're going to have mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have disappointments. And especially here on the ground, you're going to have employees, people that you interact with around your business, being dishonest, people letting you down, workers. So all these things, government bodies, right? You're gonna have setbacks. So if you do it on a smaller scale, so let's say if you want to start a farm, like a poultry farm, one can start off with 10,000 beds, or you could start off with 500 beds. And once you have learned the ropes of how to manage a 500 bird or chicks or whatever you call it, farm successfully, then you know, because doing it on a smaller scale, that you're gonna experience the same problems as trying to run the same farm with 10,000 birds, but your problems are going to be magnified. But when you do 500 birds, you're going to experience the same problems, but just on a lower scale. So even if you were to lose out, you're not going to lose that much. And by the time that you decide to increase your 500 birds to 1,000 or 2,000, then you are now getting smarter about your business. So this is the mistake. Well, it's not a mistake, because everything that you do, in a way, it's a learning experience. So in a way, it's my school fees. So if I've made a mistake, let's just call it a mistake or a learning, I've learned something from it, and that's why I'm doing this video. So whatever you call it, whatever you call it, mistake, you don't call it learning, you don't call it. But what I'm trying to say is, your objective is to make money, not to lose money. And I'm not saying yes, you will lose money, but the question is, how much would you like to lose? And I say lose, not necessarily like you lose and it's lost, but it's learning experiences, because sometimes you lose a little bit to learn something. This Chinese guy said you are paying your school fees, because one time I was complaining that how some guy messed me up when I was setting up my ECG transformer, and he was like, well, that is your school fees, and I'm like, what he meant was, since I don't have much experience in this industry and I'm doing it for the first time, it's natural that I'm going to be paying school fees, meaning people are going to be trying to get one over me, and that is part of paying your school fees. So if you go to university, you're going to pay what? Tuition fees, school fees, whatever. So it's the same here. So start small, make mistakes on a lower level before you scale up. Take it or leave it. Number 3 on how to start a business in Ghana. Limit your focus. Limit your focus. What do I mean by that? What do you think I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, try not to tackle too many things at once. This is the mistake I made. I'm into like plastic recycling, apartments, gym, and a few other stuff I don't want to disclose right now. But just, don't try not to do too many things at once, because otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed. It's a lot to manage at once, and it's going to take time for you to finish one thing. because you have to like balance your energies in so many areas, and it gets a bit overwhelming and a bit stressful, right? So what I advise is, after doing it that way, is focus on maybe one or two things. If you're gonna do multiple things, one or two. Limit your focus. If one, the best is one. The best is one. But if you must do more than one, two, leave it at that. Finish that before you move on to the next one. Finish it, make sure it's running sustainably before you move to the next one. Right? So it's imperative that you do it that way, because you have to think about your health. You have to think about the money that you are investing, right? And when you do one and it's successful and it's running, and now you know you can take on another project, and then you start doing that too, right? So that is what I would have done differently. So, and because I've had those scars, I don't want you to go through that. So that is my little 2 cents on how to start a business in Ghana. So the first point was what? What problem are you trying to solve? What problem are you trying to solve? Every business must solve a problem. Like this phone I'm using to record is solving a problem to be able for me to communicate and share my message with you, right? The car I'm sitting in is solving a problem for me to get from point A to point B in the quickest way possible. It's a 7-seater so that I can have my family in it, right? Also, the second one was, so first one was what problem are you solving? Second one is was it limit your focus? No, do one thing at a time. Do one thing at a time. Do one thing at a time, so that you don't, like, you are not everywhere. So what did we learn? So let me summarize. Allow me to summarize first on how to start a business here in Ghana. What problem are you trying to solve? Every business must solve a problem, must add value in the life of the end user. This phone I'm using to record this video is solving a problem so that I can communicate with you, so that you can get this message and hopefully it'll help you out. This car I'm sitting in is solving a transportation issue. It allows me to get from point A to point B as quickly and safely as possible. And it's a 7-seater. I can have my family in it as well. The second one on how to start a business in Ghana is, the second point was, what was the second point again? The second point was start small. Start small. Because you have to have this premise in your head, that no matter what you do, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be mistakes. So I preach that start small, make your mistakes on a lower level. Like, it's much better to make a mistake with $1,000 investment rather than making a mistake on a $10,000 investment. It's much safer to make a mistake, or much better to make a mistake on a $10,000 investment than on a $100,000 investment. So start small, learn, know the ropes, try and make some profit, build a good system process around your business before you scale up. Third one was limit your focus. Why do I say that? Because if you try to do too many things at once, the other ones are not going to be done as quickly and as great, and the quality will basically drop, right? So just limit your focus, and get stuff completed as quickly as possible. Right? By the way, if you are coming to Ghana anytime soon, we have fantastic short stay apartments here in Kokrobite. We imagine waking up and the first thing you see is the Atlantic Ocean. So it has a big, nice, fantastic ocean view. And we have another one at Mateyiko near Kanishi. That one is less than 20 minutes to the airport in Accra, and is 5-10 minutes to Circle, Osu, Laboni, Cantonment. Very central location. So if you are coming to Ghana this Christmas, if you're coming to Ghana anytime soon or after Christmas, give me a shout. Contact me on WhatsApp, which is +233 594 69 22224. Let me repeat, +233 594 69 22224.
It's very comfortable.
Yes.
It's a kind of a modern building also. Right. And in the apartment is very very comfortable. I mean, we had a air condition, and we have a fan, and it's a nice kitchen.
Good time.
Yeah. We slept very well actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So we will recommend it. Yeah, Agyeman apartment, Airbnb, not really far from the airport, and exactly this is also not far from Kaneshi, which there's a big market here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when we were coming with the taxi, we drove through this market where people were still active.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And also, if you wanted to go to like Osu, Laboni.
Okay, not far. Okay.
It's not far at all.
Yeah, it's Ebri also from here far?
No, from here, Ebri. I don't know how long it would be, like specifically, but it's not far.
Oh, okay.
It's not far.
Not far
I think
from Accra,
it's not far from here.
Okay.
It's not far from here at all.
We have to go there too.
Yeah, it's definitely under 1 hour.
Yeah,
it's that like maybe 40, maybe it can even be maybe around 40 minutes, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. So guys, you're always welcome here. You feel comfortable. If you wanna spend some time in Accra and not really far from the airport, from the city center also.
Okay, great. And what about you, Lucas? Okay, everything okay for you?
Everything okay, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Cool time.
Okay, nice one.
Yeah. So you're always welcome.
Okay, so thank you so much. Thanks for watching. So and please don't forget to subscribe. Help me grow the channel, because my passion is to share my mistakes with you, so that your experience here in Ghana will be much better, and that you can get to success really quickly, right? So hopefully you found this content useful. So kindly subscribe, hit the bell notification so that when I upload, you get it. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.